I'm Maggie.
I'm Emily.
And we're
Dinos on the Hill.
We are a knitting podcast centered around yarn, and this is our first episode. We're really excited to be here. And so we're going to talk about all of our favorite things, what we're currently knitting, upcoming things going on in our area, which is Salt Lake City, Utah, and we're just going to have some fun and sit and chat with y'all. Now, we'll make some introductions for those of you who do not know who we are. I'm Maggie, and I dye yarns for Yarnaceous Fibers. I started dyeing last July, and I just love dyeing and knitting and all things, so I figured why not? And Emily helped to encourage me just a smidge. I've been knitting for 18 years, crocheting for 20-something years, and I've spun yarn, and I'm going to start learning how to weave here soon because I just love the look of weaving. It's so pretty. And who are you, Emily?
I'm Emily. I own Willow Hill Yarn Company in Garter Village here in Salt Lake. It's a yarn store. Knitting and crochet classes is what we do, and lots of yarn. I've owned that going on 4 years. And I have been knitting about 10 years, and I knit and dye yarn every once in a while with Maggie's help, and and just knit, addicted to knitting.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Isn't that why we're all here?
Right.
So we would like to talk a little bit about what we do knitting-wise. I personally am a continental knitter or grabber, however you want to say it. And my favorite technique for knitting would be continental with English style, doing color work. I just love the rhythm of it. And you just grab your main color and then you wrap with your secondary color. And I can lose myself literally in that. So that would be my favorite technique.
I just actually started doing that technique last year. I've never done color work that way before. That's really cool.
It is. It knits up faster. Your secondary color is looser, especially if you're throwing, because that's naturally looser for everybody. And so you're not getting these tight little grabby, scrunchy things going on.
And make color work hats that don't fit.
Yes. My first color work socks were these gorgeous socks knit out of knit picks, and they had horses on them. I knitted them for my sister, and she has little ankles compared to me, thankfully. I could not get those socks on. They were so tight. It just wouldn't work, but she could, after 4 or 5 minutes of persuading them over her ankles, she could get them on. So,
it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I don't knit that way anymore.
I throw, and I was taught that way, and that's just kind of how I always done it. I do color work where I throw with one hand and I'll continental knit the other way. I can continental knit because I have a lot of people that come in the store that are left-handed, or they crocheted first and they rather knit that way, which is fine. So I know how to teach it, but my gauge is definitely funky when I try to knit that way. So I just stick to my old standard.
I just had that thing in me where I'm like, did we hit record?
Oh, no. Did you?
I think so. I'm gonna look because these roots are real. We did. Okay. So there's your first episode, haha. I gotta do that because, oh my gosh, 4 minutes in and did I do that?
Did I hit record?
I did. We're good.
Okay. We're so professional.
We are.
Okay, and then what else about knitting technique?
I don't really have anything favorite wise. I love cabling. Cabling is my dream. And I was so scared of it too.
I know a lot of people are.
Yeah, when I first started cabling, I learned in a Michaels, and a lady's knitting a baby blanket doing a demo, and I'm all nervous because I didn't know about yarn shops or anything, and I had only been knitting 2 years, and I go up to her and I'm like, do you know how to cable? Because I don't, and it's really scary. And she grabs a pencil and she's like, this is what you do. And she used her pencils, her cable needle, and she's just I was like, I was scared of that.
Yeah.
So if any of you haven't cabled, it's easy.
It's easy.
Super easy.
It's just all reading the pattern.
It is.
Yeah, and knowing. Yeah, I can cable. It's not my go-to, but I love color work. I could do
color work. Just, you can do everything with color work.
Yeah.
So
it's my favorite.
I definitely love it too.
Yeah.
So as a beginning, we'd like to tell you what our favorite yarns are, or yarn of the moment is, rather. What's your favorite yarn, Emily?
My new favorite yarn is a yarn we actually found at Stitches Salt Lake in October of 2019.
Yep.
And every person that we knew that came to Stitches were like, you gotta go back to that booth. It's our favorite thing we found. And it was Maggie.
I bought 2 sweaters quantities.
So it's Western Sky Knits. She's out of Montana, and I started carrying her yarn the first of this year. And so I have a couple skeins here I can show you. So this one is one of Maggie's. So this one is Woodland. And this one is, what's this one? North Sea. And so this is the Simply Worsted. It's 100% merino, superwash. And I really like this one a lot.
So squishy.
Yeah, way squishy. Way nice to knit with. Blocks beautifully. It's way nice. I also carry a tweed of hers that I really like as well, which I'll show in a project. But that's kind of my current favorite. I love her colors. They're bright. They're different. I really like them.
And if you look at this one, you can't really see it very well. Well, maybe you can. But the speckles are amazing. They're just so fun. She's very good at getting the depth you want in a speckle. And I just love the colors. Yeah. She's so creative.
And her solids
so soft.
And her solids are consistent when you knit with them. There's no like white spot, there's no like
it is
pooling, nothing. It's very consistent.
If you look, there's like a little bit of that semi-solid look you want, if you can see it. And it's so pretty.
Yeah, love her yarn. Just ordered more, in fact, for the shop, so there'll be more in there in a few weeks. So yeah, loving that.
And it's like butter.
Yeah,
it really is. It's just nice. Butter flowing through your fingers when you knit with it.
Yeah,
so
really nice. Love
one of my favorites for sure. My favorite yarn right now is this Sugar Plum Circus, and this is a dark green. It's an extra I have. It's what I knitted this beautiful sweater out of, and it's just super soft. It is out of Oregon, I believe. I don't have that for sure, but it's just a really soft, pretty colorway. This colorway is Norbert, but she is currently renaming a lot of her colorways right now. So I'm not entirely sure on what all the colorway names are at the moment, but this one is Black Walnut that I knitted the body out of. And then we've got Butterbeer, Ollivanders, and I can't remember the other one, but it's just so soft. It's a DK weight that I used. It's 116 yards per 50 gram skein, or 231 per 100 gram skein. And I knitted this sweater in 13 days. Yeah. That's how much I loved it. Yeah. I just couldn't put it down. So yeah, definitely my favorite yarn right now. I might order more to do another one. We'll see. And then we would like to tell you about our current whips that we are doing, or work in progresses.
Yeah.
So you can see them. Yeah, we can kind of jump back and forth and show you what we've got. Now, you guys might know a lady by the name of Sarah Shira, and she kind of does this thing with gnomes. And so I decided to do her mystery knit along for 2020.
Really cute.
And it is Gnome is Where You Hang Your Hat, which you gotta do it because I mean it's got color work. She talks about that in the pattern. It's a great mini buster, 2 20 grams and then 1 10 gram mini set in fingering weight yarn. I started mine. The clues have been great so far. They're super simple. She did 3 days of clues. You get a break, which is good because this last clue was kind of a busy little guy. But the first clue, you got through the little ear flaps and go through there. Oh, by the way, no spoilers at all on this episode. Spoilers. But you do this color work, and I'm using my yarn. I've got Moonstone for the white, and it's the Salted Fingering base I stock. And the green is my Dino Roar colorway from my Dinosaur Party set that I have out right now. And so I'm just doing that right now. I got through clue 3, and I can't wait until the 17th when clue 4 comes out because I want to finish this hat and get on to the rest of the gnome. So
I might have to make
yeah, they're gnomes. They're cute, right?
Yeah, and I mean when they're little, so it won't take you
Forever.
a ton of time.
Mini Buster. I got a full skein on the Moonstone from my Novelli I knitted last year. So I'm using that for my white, but I just love the idea of using up your minis.
Right?
We all have hundreds of them we have to use, right?
That is true.
Easiest, cheapest way to get your favorite colors.
That's right. Okay, want me to do mine?
Yes.
So, whip I'm working on. I have one done. They're a pair. This is a mitten I am doing out of Western Sky Knits, the Simply Worsted. This one's called Tiny Bird. I have this is Simple Mitts by Tin Can Knits. So super soft, super squishy. I just love her speckling.
Look at the speckles.
It's so nice.
So
I
pretty.
love Tin Can Knit patterns. A couple of my other things are from them as well. Yeah, I've loved their patterns for a long time. The thing I like about their patterns is everything they do does a baby to an adult size. So no matter what you're making, you can always have a size for whoever you're making it for.
One huge topic,
nice.
like right now in the knitting community, is size inclusivity, and Tin Can Knits has been amazing about that since I discovered them a good 9-10 years ago.
Yeah.
They have just been spectacular about baby, newborn, up to 3, 4, 5X sizes, and so it's just great. And a lot of their patterns are for men or women.
Yeah.
Either way.
And they have a lot of good free patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's a free one.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have this great line of free patterns for beginning knitters.
Yeah. And the good thing about their patterns as well, especially coming from having a shop standpoint where you're teaching classes, you get people that want to do a project, but they don't want to make an adult size sweater or like an adult size hat or mittens or whatever. And so it gives them the option to do like a little kid one just to try it out and see
learn a new
technique or something. And yeah, so I'm loving. So I just got to finish one more here, and I'm doing it magic loop, which is kind of my go-to.
I love
doing things that way.
So, I hate DPNs. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah. I can tolerate them if I have to.
Thumbs. That's all they're good for.
Right. I haven't did the thumb magic loop though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so, but yeah, so loving
that.
that.
I knit mittens a lot. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that one a lot. So, what's your next one?
My next one we're both kind of doing right now, which is awesome. Emily's got a knit along going at her shop this year, and it's to learn new techniques. And so we are doing this Garter snake cowl, and it is by, I'm going to slaughter this name and I apologize.
I told Maggie she had to say it.
Yeah, exactly. Lavagna Patricella.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it like that because that's what I think it.
Well, and she does a lot of brioche patterns. She does like a basic brioche cowl and a hat, and so I've taught those a lot, and she does, so she does really cool. Her patterns are very well written for brioche if you ever want to try it.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
I can say that now because I've knitted one.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's gorgeous if you can see that. You start out with all of the brioche and you do a lot of brioche. I overdid the brioche, which is fine. It just adds some to the cowl. And so you can see my brioche. I am using Roaring 20s out of the Yarnicious and Party at the Village. So you can see the inside there too. But it's great because you do the brioche and then you come up and you've got, this is the back of the cowl. So you come up and you start doing this garter stitch and you start multiplying it like a diamond or a triangle and slowly get rid of all that brioche. And it's just really easy to knit. It's fun. You're working with one strand at a time, so you're not doing color work. And I keep finding myself like I'll just zone out to a TV show.
Yeah.
To Netflix.
Right. Yes. I'm doing mine. I'm not as far as Maggie. Getting there though. But I'm doing hedgehog fibers on mine in their sock yarn. Oh, so hedgehog. This one is, so on this side is hawk, so the dark, and then the light is bloom, so kind of a pinky color. And the cool thing about brioche is it's reversible, so if you want to turn it and have a lighter or darker, and that's what I kind of tell people when they do brioche projects like this, if you're doing that for the first time, it's kind of nice to have a good contrast so you can see your knit stitch and your purls pretty easily. So I kind of found that out when I was teaching the class last month. People that had never done it before, if they had a good contrast, they're kind of doing a little better because they could see. But it's definitely a different technique.
Oh, I just found a mistake, y'all. Oh, no. So no. The good thing it's on the inside. But if you've ever made a mistake with brioche, it's easy to fix. I don't know if I'll go back and do that, because why not? I'll remember that mistake forever, but you won't know. Yeah. You can see this little teeny line across right there. You won't so know. There's a brioche mistake. Nancy Marchett on KnitStar shows you how to fix your brioche mistakes. And so I could go back there, but that would probably take me a good 30 minutes. So I may not. I may just let it be.
There you go.
So, but yeah.
They won't tell anyone.
If you ever see me wearing this cowl out and about,
don't point it out to her.
It might give you a nasty look. Or maybe I'll fix it so you can't say anything, right?
Yeah,
but
we'll see.
Yeah.
See how much time you want to take.
The contrast. This is not as contrasty when you turn it on the other side, because I have these teal speckles throughout too, which kind of blends the two yarns together. But the pink in both of mine kind of blend together. But I've done brioche quite a bit, so I wasn't too worried about. Even though I did mess up and had to take out 6 rows a couple weeks ago. But I had to do that the other day. I don't know what I did. I just all of a sudden was off, and I had to undo 4 rows. Yep. And it's do I rip it, or do I just undo and undo and undo? And mine wasn't a mistake, actually. One of my twins came and pulled my knitting out of my hand. Took about 10 stitches with him, so. They came undone.
I haven't. The hard thing about brioche and just taking off your nails and ripping it is it's hard to pick up every little thing that goes with it sometimes. So I unpicked every row for 6 rows, so that took me a good couple hours. But I knew because it was a pretty big mistake, and I knew every time I look at it, I'd be like, oh. I made a mistake, so I was I'll take the time and do it. So, I really like it.
I'm more of I remember that mistake. This was going on in my life right now, and so for me, it's kind of like a memory factor. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And it doesn't bug me too bad. I just, that was the time my little boy really loved knitting. Yeah, he always tries to steal the knitting out of my hands, and I think he's gonna be the next. Stephen West or Jared Flood maybe, or
that'd be very cool.
Ever since he was born, he's always wanted to be in my lap when I'm knitting, so it's all good. He's my baby knitter, and how about we just knit now?
We'll just sit here and work on our brioche.
Work on our garter snake cowls. But it's great if you have I'm more than halfway done, and I have a good squishy plumpness left of my yarns. So I think even if you have random half skeins sitting around, this cowl would be perfect to stash bust. Yeah. Just go find 2 that go together really nice, and you can just throw them in there and have at it. Yeah. The way brioche works too, you cast on with your darker color, and then you bring in your lighter color. So
we just have to have it done by April 11th.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we'll have our new project to start.
Yep.
I'll have mine done. Now that I'm done with a couple of big projects, I am going to be able to bust this out hopefully by the end of February.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's my goal.
I
What's
figure,
your goal? April 12th?
Yeah. No, I'll get it done before
March.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Mid-March.
1st of April.
There we go.
First week of April, it'll be done. No, I'll get it done. But
we will.
It'll take some time. But
they're just fun, and
fun.
brioche is so squishy.
Yeah, it has a nice
little
squish factor.
Yeah. Yes, and then the garter on top of it is squishy too. So I don't know. Well, actually, it's not as squishy as brioche.
Yeah, brioche has a little more. Well, because brioche, you want to do it. It's pretty loose. It's a looser stitch, but
it is. Now this is knit on size 3 needle, so it's not that like size 1. I don't know if this is ever gonna finish anguish that we all go through.
Yeah.
So size 3 fingering weight. It's a very fast knit.
That's been a fun project.
It has. I like it. I'm glad you're doing it, so I can.
Be fun. Then we'll talk about the next project next time. So
yes.
Yeah.
Really? Maybe.
Well, maybe.
Probably in 2 episodes. We're gonna do this on a monthly basis. So.
Yeah.
April-ish.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But...
Yeah. What is the next project? Just to throw that out there.
It is gonna be, I believe it's called Beach Day Shawl by Tracy from the Grocery Girls.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love Tracy.
Yeah. So it's a lace, a lot of lace work. So that'll be a kind of a fun new thing for people to learn.
That will be. So brioche, and then lace, and then
it's
cables and
colorwork socks.
And colorwork socks.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun year. It's going to be full of technique. So if
Yeah.
any of you want to knit along with us, we will link below the video
Yeah.
all of the patterns we talk about, so you can go jump on board and just enjoy knitting with us. You can tag us with your projects just for fun. So yeah, we'd love to see them.
Do you want me to do my next whip?
Sure thing.
Okay, so mine's another Tin Can Knits pattern. This is their flax sweater, which same thing, they do a baby all the way up to like a 4XL. I am making, I think this is the 4 to 6 year old size. This is out of Barocco Vintage.
That's such a pretty
in
green.
a worsted. So yeah, I'm just on, Sleeve Island. This was
Are you doing on single? You are.
Yes. So this was actually a Christmas present. It's getting there.
It's gonna be a St. Patrick's Day present.
Yes. Even better.
Yes. They won't get pinched this year.
We'll put him in a green sweater. So yeah, I'm making this for my youngest nephew, and so yeah, I've made this sweater probably 4 times at this point. A kid size anyway.
I've knitted one for Danny when he was a baby.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but it's a fun. If you're looking for like a simple pattern it does neck down. Yeah, if you're looking for a simple pullover for like a kid or even adult, this is a great pattern by Tin Can Knits. So
what size needles?
You do the body and that on an 8, and then the ribbing and all that is on a 6.
So it'll knit up super fast.
I know that it's taken me longer than anticipated, but like the body only took me maybe like a week of knitting on it. So it wasn't anything crazy.
Too bad.
No. So yeah, that's kind of my another whip there gonna be.
I love it.
Thanks. I know, I love that
all
sweater.
the little sweaters. Oh, they're so cute.
I know.
And they do knit up so fast.
That's what I always tell people if they never knitted a sweater, start with a kid one.
Yep.
Because then you can get the idea behind it, but it's not like a full-on adult sweater.
It gets bigger.
Yeah.
You can start small and just, I'm going to do a newborn. Now I'm going to do a 3 to 6 month. And then I'm going to do a 9 month. And then 12. And you just keep going up until you get to your size. And then magic, you're to your size.
Right?
Not me. I started with an adult, but that was a bad idea when I knitted that sweater. So, mohair, first sweater, not a smart idea. Start out with normal yarn.
Yeah.
Not something floofy like mohair.
Yeah. Something easy.
My other project that I'm working on is, this last month, and it ended yesterday. I did a mini cowl to help people get through their minis. I, of course, didn't use a mini. I used full-size skeins, but the mini cowl was you had to use 3 minis, and they had to be 20 grams each, 3 colors, or you could use 3 colors of whatever. And so I knitted the Adventitious shawl that I designed last year for Advent calendars, and I am using Q Loco. Don't ask me the colors right now because I cannot remember. Emily might know because she sells Q Loco, but Beach Glass?
No. This one, I can't remember, but I know
Harbor. This is Harbor.
Yes,
this
Harbor.
One.
This is Spruce, the solid, and then this is her new color is Larkspur.
Yeah, Larkspur.
I want to say that's. I can't remember.
I don't know.
It starts with a T.
Right now, somewhere. There's somewhere.
Email me tomorrow with the shop.
We can tell you.
Yeah.
Maybe. But
we'll put it in the description box.
It's Q Loco DK. I have a skein of it here in Beach Glass, which is why I thought Beach Glass.
Yeah.
And it's just very nice for 6 to 8 size needles, US size. It's 230 yards. She has speckles for days. I love her speckles. You can see them on there.
Yeah.
And they're just really, really pretty.
Yeah.
So
she's an indie dyer out of Colorado.
Yeah, she's
super
my
sweet lady.
I want to be
lady.
like Nicole when I grow up. She is just.
She's awesome.
Her colors are all so fun, full of depth, and so yeah, that's this. It's fun because you can choose 3 colors. It does require 4 skeins. If you do the full 17 repeats, you can get about 5 repeats per skein. I've got the DK version and a fingering weight. They're all in the same purchase on Ravelry, so you buy one, you get both versions. So use up those minis. But it's simple garter stitch throughout with a interesting increase to get you to your straight section is what I call it. And it's got a little bit of lace, it's got a little bit of stockinette to mix it up for you. It's a really good repeatable pattern. Once you get into it, you can memorize it within a couple repeats, and it's just really fun. Fades into the next color, and there's quite a few of these that I've seen knit up that are just, they're gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I'm working on this one for Emily's shop, and it's almost done. I've got like 3 repeats left, 2 repeats.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's one right here, and then 2 and 3. So I've got 2 repeats left after this, and it'll be finished, and you bind off with a cute little picot bind off.
Oh, cute.
So yeah,
cute.
I just love knitting this up. This is my 3rd one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Ooh, I can grab them. We'll grab one of them anyway. This one is the fingering weight version, so we'll just skip to the FOs. Not really. This is out of Yarn Cafe Creations, and it's her, I think, biscotti sock. It's a 2-ply fingering weight. 75-25 blend, I believe, or 80-20, I can't remember for sure. But this is a mini set that she had, and it's Harry Potter colorways. So the speckles are all named after animals, and then, or candy, named after candy, I believe. And then the solids are Harry Potter colorways too that she offers. And so I used 12 of them, and I just faded like a rainbow, pink, orange, yellow, green, blue into this purple, and then this gray, and the last color is Thestrals. So there's your fingering weight. It's a bit wider than the DK version, so it's more Rabelicious.
Rabelicious. That's a good one.
Right? But it's super nice. I love it. It would be great in neutrals or bright colors like this. Man. Right? And yeah, Yarn Cafe has gorgeous colorways too.
Yeah,
she's
she
one of my
does.
favorite dyers, and I'm very lucky to know her, and she's in Utah, so
Yeah, she's very
Christy,
nice.
we love you.
Yes, we do. She's way nice.
She is. She's awesome. But yeah, Adventitious in fingering weight. And then I've got another DK one somewhere. You can look at my Instagram and you'll see Peter in it. So
should I do my next whip?
yeah, that's my last whip.
Is that your last whip? So I think this will be my last one too. So I'm on a tin can knits kick, I guess. So this is Party at the Village. This is Maggie's colorway. She did, was it the first of the year?
Christmas at the Village.
Oh, is this one Christmas at the Village?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, it is Christmas at the Village. So she did this colorway for me for Christmas time at the shop.
Yeah.
And did it in her Salta base. And I said, do you want to dye me up some skeins to make a sweater? So that's what I'm doing. So this is, is it a light worsted weight?
It's a light worsted heavy DK. It's my Diplo DK base, which is 100% superwash.
Yeah. And
it's 218 yards per 100 grams. So it definitely falls into either category.
Yeah. But I'm alternating skeins. So every 2 rows, I'm alternating skeins. This is their Gramp sweater. So it looks like a grandpa. So it has like a collar that's really
nice
cute.
rolled collar.
Yeah, and pockets and elbow patches. So the color I'm putting with this is Malibu Rios Fog. So just kind of a neutral.
A creamy color.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really liking it. The yarn's working up beautifully.
It's so fun.
Yeah, so
you got reds and a little bit of turquoise and some brown.
Yes.
Semi-solid in there. And
so hopefully by, end of summer it will be done and
ready for fall. Start your fall knits now, y'all.
Right? Yeah, don't start in the fall. You won't make it.
Exactly. I'm in love with this. I might actually have to dye my own up.
Well, I've been at the shop on it and people are like, what yarn is that? Can we get, I'm like, yeah. So people are loving the color, which is why I wanted to make a sweater. So
exactly.
So
pretty.
Yeah. Then do we want to?
So now we will talk about our actual finished projects. Because we do those too. I'm really amazed. I only have the 3 whips right now.
Honestly, I usually have about 10 going at a time. Because I'm doing stuff for me. I do stuff for the shop, for classes.
And then you do gifts.
Yeah. So, I mean, I always have a lot going, but I get it all done eventually.
Right, me too.
It might take me a bit, but I get it done.
I have like 20 projects in my head right now that I want to knit.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I only have 3 actual knitting in progress right now. And I have a lot I have to get going on. So
yeah. It'll all get done.
It will.
It's too much fun.
It'll all get done. And there's so many yarns. Yeah. My yarn wall is literally like right here, but you guys aren't going to see it. So
maybe one day I'll talk her into
showing. Yes. One day when it's more organized.
Yes,
today it's not one of those days.
We'll organize it and that. So
yeah, maybe we'll start filming in front of it.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll see. Angle the couch or get chairs or we'll do something. But
what's your first finished product?
So I've got 2 today. I kind of already talked about this. I started in January, and Annie, This Bird Knits on Instagram, asked for a call for testers back at the end of December, and I was like, oh, that sweater is so pretty because the colorwork yoke, it's just really fun. Like, I'm gonna just do it. Her deadline was the end of January. Now I have a lot of stuff going on, so I was like, there is no way I'm gonna be able to knit that fast. And I didn't get the yarn until January 7th or 8th because Sugar Plum Circus did pre-orders for all of the test knitters. So I went and found the yarns, ordered them from her. She dyed them up, got them to me, and I'm like, I've only got 3 weeks, so I gotta bust this out. And so I just started knitting, and amazingly, I was able to do it in the 13 days. Had it done well before the deadline. But it's a great sweater. It's coming out at the end of February or beginning of March. And so you'll be able to find that on Ravelry for sure. But it starts at the neck. You do this cute little knit one through the back loop. Ribbing. Could not remember what ribbing was for a second there. What is this thing?
What is that we do on stuff?
Yeah. And you've got some short row shaping in the back to make the neck fit better and the shoulders. And her shaping is amazing, you guys. I have not had a sweater fit this well. You do the quick color work and it really is super fast. 3 50-gram skeins. You maybe use half of them, and then it's 4 skeins. I knit the 42-inch bust, and so it was 4 full skeins of the dark walnut colorway. and you just come down. She's got some waist shaping. Stand up so you can kind of see it. Like, just a little bit of waist shaping. I knitted it a little bit longer than the pattern called for because I like it to sit like square with my jeans. And I like to wear it over flowy shirts. And then I knitted the arms a little bit longer too because I'm 5'11" and I have to do that.
Right.
But it's just a basic sleeve, 3/4. You can knit it longer if you wanted. It's easily modifiable, which is great. And so, yeah, that's my most recent large size finished object. And I love it. And I've worn it like forever now.
Yeah.
I'll probably wear it, at least 2 days a week until I can't because it's too hot.
Until it gets warm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm wearing one of my finished ones. This is by Dragon Horde Yarn. It was a test knit she did in November of 2019.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right after Stitches.
Yeah.
Like.
Because she showed me the sweater at Stitches, and I was like, oh, what pattern's that? It's called Boots Weather Sweater. And I did mine out of shepherd's wool. It's a worsted weight, 100% wool. It's not super wash, so you gotta be careful. But yeah, and I think my main color is black. This kind of orangey color is roasted pumpkin, and then the cream is beaches, and the red is, I want to say, garnet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a yarn I carry at the shop, and I really like it. I've carried it for years, but yeah, it was a fun, and we had to have it done. I think it came out like mid-October, and we had to have it done by like mid-November, so I'd have it done in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Which was crazy.
Emily busted her butt. She busted her needles knitting this for y'all.
Yep. So it's same thing. It'll eventually be too warm to wear because it's 100% wool, so I have to do it on days where it's pretty cold.
Yes.
So.
But sometimes, in Utah we get those days in the summer where it's a little chilly, so we can wear our knits like up in the mountains.
Yeah, if we go high enough.
Yeah, if we go up high. Go to Park City or Camas.
Right.
Go up into the high Uintas.
There we go. So we can wear our knitted scarves.
Yep. Otherwise, it's 90s to 100, so it gets a little warm, which to Phoenix people, that's still cold, but yeah.
It's hot to us.
So. It is. It's really hot to us. So, yeah, sweaters galore. I want to knit. I've got quite a few sweaters that I'll talk about later that I'm going to knit this year.
Yeah.
I've got 2 from last year I need to finish from Emily's knit along last year where we knitted 4 sweaters. I completed 1.
Yes.
I knitted 5 sweaters total, and I've got 2 whips going still. But I want to finish. I want to knit the one that I didn't get to.
Yeah.
And that's going to be out of Huloco DK. So I'm excited for that. But I've got a lot of sweaters to knit this year. So I'm excited.
That list just keeps getting longer and longer.
Y'all got to stop designing because you're just making it hard for us. You're making it
hard for us to keep
up. We can't keep up with you. We can't knit fast enough, even if we didn't have day jobs.
Right.
Independently wealthy people. Yeah, that's not us. So that's our sweaters. My next finished object is these are Nightwalk socks, and they're by Lindsay Fowler. I met her a couple years ago when we did a Woolberry sock along with scraps, and she started designing since then, and I just love her designs. They're simplistic, they're fun. She's unique to the whole system. She just came out with another pair of High Desert socks where it's marled socks, and you use a full skein plus 2 minis, 2 20-gram minis, and you marl your socks, and I'm going to be starting them this week for sure. She's doing a knit along right now, so I'm excited about that. But the yarn I used is Farmer's Daughter. She's got a sock club going this year, and I couldn't resist. Every month you get a different base. Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
And so this is January's, and I should have wrote down what this colorway is. I can't remember. I'll note it, and I've got a project page on Ravelry for it. M Thingman, if you know how to spell my last name. But just go find me, Nightwalk Socks. And I don't know if Farmer's Daughter is going to be selling this yarn outside of the club. It might be you just bought it, you didn't sign up, sorry, which I am sorry because it's so fun. Yeah, but it's a subtle blue base with dark blue speckles and then a semi-solid brown tan color. And so it was just really fun to knit. I knitted these in 6 days. And that is really rare for me to knit socks in 6 days, 2 let alone. Normally it's like a sock in 6 days, right? Yeah. So, but they're fun. They've got a little bit of color work up top, and then they've got some ribbing in the foot, and I hope you guys can see that. And then she's just got this little heel flap.
That heel's cool.
I love it. It's so cute. They're fun. They really are, and they are a fast knit. So if you're looking for a sock pattern to use a sock set, it's perfect. 1 mini, 120-gram mini, and then I knitted the medium size, and I could not find my size 1s for the life of me. So I knitted these on size 2s. Normally I would have knitted a size large, but I knitted the medium, and it worked out fairly well. And sorry, that was my child. If you heard that. He's upstairs trying to be quiet, which this is really good for him. So yeah, knit these. And then I wanted to share this too. This is February's Farmer's Daughter Sock Club. And this one is 80%, 10% cashmere. So 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon, 435 yards. Colorway is You Were Always on My Mind. And so she does, her colorways are songs, but she's got like Waylon Jennings colorways and everything. And I just love her yarns. This is so soft. I can't wait to, I don't know what socks I'm going to knit out of it, but I'll start them in March. They'll probably be road trip socks to Portland when I go. So, but they are so soft. January and February.
Yeah. And locally in Utah, the only store I know of that sells her yarn is Wasatch and Wool in Park City.
Mm-hmm. I was up there yesterday. She has a lot if you guys want to go up there and just be like, hey, Margot, Maggie sent me.
So yeah, she's the only one locally I know of that sells Farmer's Daughter, but yeah, really fun yarn.
And Farmer's Daughter, they're good people.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they do a lot of fun stuff.
I love them. So get their yarn. Go buy this sock pattern. It's pretty. Lindsay Fowler or Lost and Fond. She's just great. She does really good work. Her patterns, one thing too, like her patterns read very well. I was really impressed when I knit these. She just does a fantastic job. So, and she's got some good patterns out there. But yeah. Nice. So that's my second finished object for 2020.
Does a finished object still count if your ends aren't woven in?
Yes.
Okay.
In my opinion, they do.
So, this is a little sweater for my oldest niece, who will be 5 in a couple months. This is the Penguino sweater by Stephen West. So, he came out with a child size, and he also does an adult size for it. This is kind of just a mishmash of yarn. I can tell you a few. This bright pink color is Dragon Horde, that I got like over a year ago. So I don't know the color name, but I could find out. But so this is Dragon Horde. This is I have a lot of hedgehog fibers in here. So this yellow is hedgehog fibers. The blue is Malabrigo, reflecting pool. This purple is Hue Loco. So the cool thing about the pattern was you could either do it DK or worsted. And so he suggests doing it where you hold 2 strands so you get kind of a funky look. Like this is 2 strands held on the sleeves.
So you get like double speckles.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like on the collar and everything. It was a really fun sweater to do. I don't know if I would do an adult size. That's a lot, but it was very cool, the construction of it, because you knit this back piece here and then you pick up and do these welts, which was cool to do, and then you pick up and do the sleeves. So you just pick up different parts of it and knit onto it. So it's not like you're doing it all in one piece, but yeah, and then it's just a lot of ends to weave in. And then you pick up all the stitches along the bottom and the collar and everything and do an I-cord bind off. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just there's a lot of ends to weave in, but that's okay. But yeah, so that was really fun to do. It's a good stash buster. So if you have a lot of little bits and ends, that's kind of what I did. I had a few ends and that of things, and I just kind of put them in. She loves funky colors and
crazy. I want this in adult size if you want to put me on your order list. I probably don't have the patience for something like this.
I think the good thing about it, like if you were doing an adult size, the fun thing about it is you can always change colors. Mm-hmm. I think that was the funnest part, is because I could put whatever color I kind of wanted together, and I would put different skeins together to make it how I wanted it to look, and so it's not all one color where you're going to be like, oh, no.
That's true. I do like changing colors.
And the pattern's cool because it has like a sheet on the back, and it has every section of this numbered. So you can like keep track of what you're doing and what color is going to match where. So, but yeah, it was really fun. I liked it a lot. So yeah, I just need to finish weaving in some ends and block it, and it'll be good. So
I think it is adorable.
Thanks.
I think your niece is gonna love it.
She will. She better. No, she will.
She will. She's one of those good kids.
Yeah, she's one of those kids that likes to wear knitted things I make for her. So yeah. Do we want to go on to?
Do you have any more finished objects? Or
I think I'm good.
You're about there too.
Yeah.
Our next thing we are so excited about. We dyed up something fun for everybody. Emily is gonna have half of them in her shop, and we're aiming for Monday, February 24th. I'm gonna have them go live on my website. They're limited at this time. We're not sure if we'll dye any more. Yeah. But she'll have some in her shop. I'll have some on my website. So anybody out of state can grab them, or if you're in state, you can road trip it to Willow Hill at Gardner Village in Midvale, Utah. Yeah. So West Jordan, Utah, Midvale-ish. It's like right there. But we got together a couple weekends ago and dyed up these fun mini sets for our release of our first vodcast, is what I'm calling it, because podcasts you listen to, right? Sure. So this is a vodcast. We got this fun pink with little purple speckles, if you can see them. It's just a really bright pink.
Yeah, we were trying to match, if you get, because we have an Instagram, and it's Dinos on the Hill, and our logo on there is really bright and fun, so we were trying to match
our logo.
Match that logo a little bit, so.
Make it fun, bright, spring knitting items. And this is my Salta fingering base, so it's a superwash blend of merino wool and nylon. It's a 4-ply, 85% superwash merino wool and 15% nylon. And I love this base. It is like my favorite base. It's my best seller. I have something new coming in the next month or two that I'm really excited about if you don't like fingering weight. So stay tuned for that. But it's squishy. Yeah, it's so fun. I knitted my Novelli out of it. I'll have to show that one of these episodes. And obviously, it's like one of my favorite knits. Yeah. So pink with little purple speckles. And then we have this purple semi-solid with green speckles and purple and pink speckles. It's really pretty. Can't wait to see what that one ends up like. Really. Yeah. And then this.
That one's my favorite.
This one?
No, I like this one. I mean, they're all my favorite, but I think I like that one.
So this one's a cream, and it's got all the speckles. It's got pink, blue, and purple on it, which are the colors we were going for. And then we have this blue with purple and pink speckles. It's really pretty. And green bam with blue speckles.
We were trying to not have it be that bright, but
I think it works.
It works though, but I like it. It picks up the other greens and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just makes everything pop. So I'm gonna probably make some of the high desert socks and use these, or I'm going to do some color work socks.
Yeah.
So 435 yards total. Yeah. So you can do a shawl, you can do socks.
Yeah.
If you want to do a big shawl, you can buy 2 sets.
Yeah.
You can use it for color work in a sweater. But I just wanted to have fun with it.
Yeah. And I think, you know, it's kind of fun to do bright colors, trying to get out of the grayness that is here in Utah. So
yes.
It's kind of fun to have a bright palette.
We get this beautiful white snow, and 2 days later it's gross and slushy again because our mountains keep the snow, but contrary to popular belief, our valleys do not. Like, it's just a big mud hole. Most of the winter, it's horrible. Like, I hate it. I cannot, my backyard is not done. And so I've got 2 dogs that go out, and I want to kill them on a daily basis because of the mud. It's not their fault. It's mine because we don't have grass. Yeah,
It'll
so
be over soon.
It's a nice bright pop.
Yeah, I like it.
It just makes all those happy feels come out.
So I'll be available on we're aiming for the 24th, but watch the Instagram page, Dinos on the Hill, and my shop Instagram page, which is Willow Hill Yarn Company.
And then Yarnacious.
And yours, Yarnacious, and we'll make sure that we get that up there. But yeah, and if you need any ideas for patterns, just let us know. I'm happy to
Color Riot.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's like my go-to.
Yeah, Color Riot shawl.
Color Riot. Yeah. And one day I will share a finished Color Riot. It's almost
still
done.
Working on mine. So close. Mine's not close.
I've only been working on it since June. Oh, there's another whip I have going. It's in the whips to be determined. So, yeah, but look for these next Monday.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Hopefully it's next Monday, unless we have technical issues. We're hoping to post this video the week of February 17th.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you want to go over some current favorite things that aren't necessarily yarn?
Let's do it.
Okay. You want me to go first?
Yeah, we could jump back and forth.
Okay. So one of my current favorites, I actually have it in my pocket because I didn't want to lose it. So I love Coco Knits. It was funny, I had a customer come in with this a few months ago, and I was like, where did you get that? And I'm like, what is that? And she's all, it's Coco Knits. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm very, I love stitch markers and everything, but I'm more of a kind of basic stitch marker. I'm not one for too much of the dangly ones. I think they're cute and I will use them for sure, but I like kind of these more simple ones. So these ones are her precious metal ones. And so there's like the large ones like this and the smaller ones and the are these the bulb ones?
Yeah, I call them safety pins.
Yeah, they're like safety pins.
I used to get clothes all the time with these holding the tags on end.
But yeah, they're all metal, so there's like a few silver, a few gold, and then rose gold. But the cool thing about their stuff is it's all metal, so it's all magnetized. So I have these at the shop right now. I have quite a few, and I have her colored ones as well. But yeah, I'm loving these. They're actually on this sweater, and
I love them because they're neutral.
Right.
I love anything neutral.
Right. But yeah, I love kind of obsessed with stitch markers. Always.
Exactly.
So,
and then
which one do you have?
So this is my favorite Notions tin. I picked this up at Stitches when Forbidden Fiber came.
Yeah.
And it's her Lady Penny's Tools of the Trade. And if you guys want a funny story, go check out her stuff because she's got stories behind all of these things, and they are spectacular. Cool. She's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's great because it's your little tin, and it's got your measuring tape. We all need that. It's got these spectacular scissors that just fold right up. And I think Emily has some like this too in her shop. But I love the foldable because I've got little kids. And so if they get a hold of these, it's a lot easier for them to not hurt themselves. Which I try and not let them hurt themselves. I really try hard, but that doesn't always happen. And then it has your needle tip protectors. It's got 2 sizes of those. Darning needles. And the best part is it comes with metal stitch markers. And they all stick to your magnet in there. And then I have these stitch markers in here too from her, which I bought separately, but they're little sheep. And they're so cute. So, yeah, her tools of the trade kit. It's in a little tin. But little pennies, or Lady Penny's toolkit. I just love it. It's great for all of your knitting needs.
Right.
How to finish a project.
So you're not digging through a million bags looking for stuff.
Yep. And you're not like trying to grab fabric in fabric with fabric in there that you've knitted. So it's metal.
So, and then my next current favorite, I actually bought these at Stitches as well. And I bought them from the Royal Bee, which she has a store in California.
Pacifica, California.
Yes.
And she'll be at Stitches West.
Yeah. And so she was right next to us, which was very dangerous.
So dangerous.
So we kind of wandered over there, and she was had this little basket on her table, and she was telling me all about these needles. And she's, as far as she knew, she was the only one that carried them in California, and they're called Holtz and Stein, and they're a wood, which I'm not usually use wood needles. I mainly use metal. But yeah, she had them, and I like trying different needles, and maybe one day I'll post a picture of my needle collection at my house.
Maybe if it's organized.
It's fairly organized.
Mine isn't.
So so yeah, I'm really liking these. They have a nice cord. They're pretty sharp, like pretty pointy. So I mean, like, if you don't like that, you might not, but they'd be really good for like intricate like lace work or something. You have to kind of pick out pretty good. But yeah, I'm liking those a lot. And I usually, like I said, don't like wood needles, and
I love wood needles, but they wear out. I'm dealing with that right now on my likes.
Yeah. So I mainly, I've always used metal. So but yeah, I'm liking these. I like the way they slide and click, and so I'm liking those a lot. So
they're nice.
Yeah, check her out to get some, because they're kind of fun to try. So
yeah, try and find some. This bag. So I had numerous Snickle and Mr. B bags, and one day I bought them at local yarn shops, a lot of them. And so one day I went and checked out her website, and she has zipper bags too. The ones I have are drawstring. And so I got a couple of them, and this is one that she currently has in the shop. And so there's your Snickle and Mr. B label. But it's cute little birdies on leaves, winter themed. She's got a nice soft fabric at the bottom, and then she's got some pockets in here. This is the sock size bag. The shawl size has more. But you've got your pockets. She's got your yarn guide with a stitch marker, so you can actually do 2 yarns if you want, or you can add extra stitch markers if you're working with more than one color. And it's just a great little project bag you can throw in your purse or backpack or overly large purse or project bag or whatever. And so I'm really enjoying this project bag from Amber with Snickle and Mr. B.
She makes really nice bags.
The quality is amazing.
Yeah, she makes really good bags.
I think the first one I bought was 2 or 3 years ago up at Wasatch and Wool in Park City. And it holds together, and I am not easy on my bags, you guys. Like, I take them to work, I drag them in my car everywhere. They get grease on them. They come undone a lot. A lot of my bags do not survive more than 6 months because I'm so hard on them, but hers are well made and they last. So I look for anything durable. So if you know of any bags that are durable, send them my way, because I'm sick of seams ripping and
zippers breaking.
Yeah. So
drawstrings coming out.
So thank you, Snickle and Mr. B, for making Maggie approved bags.
Okay.
So, what else do you have?
I think that's kind of it.
What do you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a couple of other things, but one of them is I'll do a really quick thing. There's an alpaca ranch up in Woodland, and yesterday, February 15th, she had a open barn days, and you have to buy tickets for them. So if you're here in Utah, it is fun to
It's
go
really fun.
and watch the alpacas. And even my little boys just loved looking at the alpacas. And every now and then one would come by and they could pet it. But she has a little Yaya's yarn barn up there where she sells her yarn. She brings in some other alpaca yarn. She's got handmade soap she makes. She's got alpaca goods. It's a great way for her to support her alpacas. She uses all the profit to feed her alpacas. So, but she started selling tickets because it was getting so
it
busy.
gets crazy up there.
And it's a small town. It's a small road that you have to park on. And so she sold tickets this time. It sold out really fast.
Yeah.
In the matter of like a week or two max. And luckily I got to go up there because I know Linda. Linda's amazing. But I found these yarns, and these are from her Alpaca Stenson. They are hand spun, 100 yards.
Yeah, that's pretty.
They are not super wash. And so these are the same color. It's how they were spun. And I loved it. I want to do something color work or faded or something with it, because you've got the pink with the grayish brown, and then you've got this green with a little bit of pink in it. And yeah, it's got all of it. And so I was excited to find those. They were my splurge yesterday. So I didn't need more yarn. I wasn't going to buy more yarn. And I saw these and I thought, spring.
Yeah.
So
it's she takes her alpacas are amazing, and she loves it, and you can tell by the way she takes care of everything up there. And and she it's really pretty up there. So if you ever want to take like a day ride up there, it's really pretty. And follow her, because she'll put on Facebook and stuff when she's doing those open barn days, and she does them I think twice or 3 times a year.
She tries to do 3 to 4 times a year. Like her next one will be in the actual spring, and it'll be after the shearing, so you can go see all of the alpacas naked, essentially, but not really. She's got a bunch of babies up there. She's got those, so it's always fun to go see the baby. She'll do one after all of the new babies are born, so you can go see them. She boards other people's alpacas there. But Linda is like one of those people that she is truly devoted to those alpacas, and it's just fun to go and visit her and Ed and to see their little ranch and see all the alpacas and pet the alpacas. And her Great Pyrenees dogs are huge, and they are so sweet.
It's fun to go up there.
It's I used to live up there, so it's kind of fun to just go up there and say hi. So but and follow her Instagram too, because she posts the funniest photos of her alpacas, and she captions them, and
that's cute.
So anyway, that was yesterday's splurge. And then did you have something else you wanted to talk about?
So my other kind of current favorite thing here is this another. I'm on like the same kicks of patterns lately.
That's okay.
So this is Stephen West's new shawl book. I got this in the shop a few weeks ago, and it's just really fun. So he's kind of known for his eccentric designs, but it's amazing. He's very talented. So so I have this book currently at the shop. Really, if you like to do shawls and need like a fun new one that's different and exciting, I would check out
Stephen West. West Knits Best Knits Volume 3.
Because he'll do it's same thing like the sweater. There's all kinds of colors and different technique, and so
and if you don't like crazy colors out there, the nice thing about his patterns is you can go by neutrals, you can go by monochromatic colorways. You can modify it for yourself, and do some fun, random, weird techniques at the same time.
So if you're looking for a little bit of a knit challenge,
or you're in a knit rut, his knits will definitely get you out of that knit rut. So
some fun patterns for sure in that book. So it's even fun just to look through. So I'm currently dog earing pages to knit to decide what a couple of shawls I want to do out of the book. So
perfect for mini busters. I'm sure.
Wink, wink.
Can't wink right now. It's really awkward. Okay, so I have one last thing I want to share with you guys that I'm gonna have come out this week. I've kind of posted teasers on Instagram, but I've been working on fade kits, and they are for 2 specific patterns that have come out recently. If you guys have seen the Sorel sweater, I love this sweater and I want to knit one. It is by One Pine, and the yarn. No, it is by One Pine. Is the designer, or Abby Knits. It uses fingering weight yarn stranded with mohair, and so I wanted to come up with my own fade kit to knit out of it. And so I did, which I do have this on DK too, because you can do it with stranded, or you can do it just with DK weight. So I took my Roaring 20s colorway, that's this blue with the green speckles, and I dyed up a delectable little fade kit. And so I just took the colors out of it, started with a gray base, made the gray base darker and darker until I got to that semi-solid with the green speckles. And this is my Salta fingering base that I dyed that up on. And then I'm going to strand it with my Jobaria lace. And that's my mohair silk blend. And so I think that'll be pretty. The cool thing is, I don't know if you've seen it, but if you take the mohair out of this sweater, these colors aren't green. Like, there's like a pink one.
Oh, really?
Like, that green mohair just like shapes the whole sweater.
That's cool. And
makes it all go together. So you could take 4 different fingering weight yarns that are not the same and add this mohair in, and it'll make them go together. So I'm excited for that. Mine's obviously all that till base, but I think it'll be really pretty. So I'll have that available on my Petra DK base, which is a 75% superwash with 25% nylon. And then my Salta fingering with the Jobaria lace option.
I'll just sit here and hug it.
Right? Now, the second fade kit I came up with, I love my Stomp and Roar colorway. It's a cream base with gold or mustard yellow, a dark purple, and teal speckles. And it's just so pretty. This is my Petra DK base right here. And so I did a fade with them and based off of my Dynamite Dance as well. But I didn't do Dynamite Dance. I just really liked the purple in that. And so I just darkened the speckles on this one. And then I did a semi-solid with this, with the speckles on that part. And then I have the semi-solid with just a little bit of speckles. So I'm going to knit a sweater out of this. And what sweater, you might ask? The new Andre Maury Fade Neve. I think I said that right.
Yeah.
But it's a DK weight sweater as well that you fade down. And so I'm going to have kits for both of these. I'm going to make the options to where you can buy either kit for either sweater. The great thing about this, if you like mohair, you could strand it with your fingering weight yarn. So I'm excited for it. I love the nups. I just love how basic and simplistic the pattern is. So that's going to be one of my next knits. And if you wanted something, like an idea of what you would want to strand this with, these are the 2 colors I'm thinking. I did Stomp and Roar on my Jobaria lace. So you could strand that with the fingering weight. Or you can grab some of my amber. And how pretty would that be? Just like this purple with a golden halo.
Yeah.
So I might end up doing that. I don't know. It's going to go one way or the other. I might do this for the Sorel. I might do that for the Sorel. I'm going to be making up my mind soon. And on a side note, these kits are going to be available here this week. And I'm working with 3 other dyers. And they're going to have kits of their own for various sweater patterns. And we're going to make those available coming this week into next week, March-ish. And April 1st, we are going to have our very first collaborated sweater along. And you can knit, crochet, weave, whatever, make a sweater out of yarn. And it's going to run for 2 months. So if you're using fingering weight or you're making a larger size, you have plenty of time to knit it. And so look for more details on our Sweater Along 2020 coming up soon. But yeah, we have all sorts of fun stuff planned this year, Emily and I.
Yep.
So yeah. Do you have anything you would like to say?
No, I think Good.
I think
Well,
we got
if you have-
everything.
If you're local and have any questions on anything we've talked about, come by the shop or give me a call. I'm happy to chat or whatever. Or
Give me a call. I'm
Yeah.
sure I think my number's on my website.
yeah.
But you can always message me on Instagram or send me an email.
Yeah.
I'm pretty quick to respond on
Yeah.
both. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, thank you for sitting
Yeah,
with us and having a
thanks.
chat. Hopefully you had fun knitting along and just enjoying your time with us.
Yeah.
We look forward to next time.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in about a month on Dinos on the Hill.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Bye.